Patient Egor, you seem pretty high-strung. Tell me what it is that's gotten you so worked up.
I was the whore of the film industry this year. I feel tired. I feel so thoroughly used up at the end of the year.
Tell me, what were you doing in that time that's gotten you feeling so used up?
Well, this year has been productive. I was working on a J K Simmons movie in January, which was awesome. I got to see JK act. Every frame of him processing the footage and shit. It was fantastic.
But were you rushing or were you dragging?
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
Oh, you see, that's a great question. Mm-hmm. I was just on time. I was on his tempo. I was not ruining his music. I was so in it, and I loved it. I felt really instrumental. I felt I was doing DAT work for them, so the footage comes out of camera, in this case, Ari Alexa, and it gets processed overnight and then sent over to the editor. So I did DAT and assistant editing at the same time. So it was like a night job. So the negative is that you don't get to sleep at night. The positive is that you get to see every frame of JK acting when you process it, and it's great. And I love it.
We're all very proud of you.
Thank you. Hire me to be your DAT. Ooh!
What was that for?
This is actually really funny. That was an alarm for my teaching. I normally teach around this time on Fridays. I've been teaching animation this year and editing, which was also really fun. Editing has been a big part of my life this year, and the year before that, and a year before that. Let's see. So then I directed a bunch of shit this year. This year was so productive because over the last couple years, we started producing different projects that I would either be directing or DPing and directing, or producing, DPing, and directing, and I would also be editing it. We would hire other editors too, but I would also be editing it. And we released a music video called Coffee, and it has actually won 2 awards within the last couple of weeks. We released it in March. It was in memory of an incredible musician, CB Moniker, and the Coffee music video was really cool because we got to break a bunch of stuff in slow-mo. And it was really fun, and I'm really grateful that I was entrusted with this creative vision to bring it to life. I had the pleasure of directing it. I was one of the camera ops on it as well, and I did all the editing. So it was kind of carried out from the beginning to the end, and it was really pleasant. A lot of creative liberty on that project, and it was fantastic. I think we're really happy with how it came out, and all the awards that it's starting to receive right now, they're starting to receive recognition, which is wonderful. All of that work that is burning me out is paying off in some capacity or another, which is great. Creative work is really hard. Creative work is inconsistent. Creative work is often thankless, and it takes up all of your time and your energy. But there are ways to do this in a way that ultimately does amalgamate into something that pays off and backfires in a really good way. So other than that, we finished a 30-minute narrative called Rock for Sale. Rock for Sale is one of those movies that we worked on for almost 3 years. So carrying out a 30-minute narrative that we produced ourselves is kind of a bitch and a half because it's expensive.
Yeah.
You can't cut corners when you approach certain scale. And producing my own movie was also really rewarding, but also really hard and expensive. But it's a beautiful movie, and at one point or another, we're gonna make it publicly accessible. There's a lot of rock blues music that kind of has some Russian lyrics in it from a really awesome musician, Serge Lofty of Lofty Band. Look him up on Spotify. There is an album. They make incredible blues rock music. One of the songs,
this isn't the Black Russian, is it?
It is.
It is.
The voice of Serge Lofty is Black Russian. Black Russian was this made up rock star character in the movie that it's kind of centered around.
So while we're on the subject of things that we've created, give me a victory lap. What did you successfully pull off here on Last Minute Movies this year?
Okay. So here on Last Minute Movies, the summer was wild. So many of you have watched our content this summer. We went from, I think, 300 subs to over 800 within 3 months. which is a huge win for all of us. It kind of makes us revise how we view the channel activity altogether, and try to provide content more consistently. It's just really hard because we all have day jobs, and a lot of us have day jobs making movies for a living, which is really cool. But at the same time, like, we want to have time for this channel where we talk about movies we love, why we love making movies, and there's always this balance that is hard to maintain. But now that YouTube is growing and it can potentially become something that also pays for the effort, there will be more time allocated to making more content, more Soviet cartoon reactions, specifically the ones that we like to watch, more discussions, more podcast form, and more of whatever this is. This is new. So what else did we do? Something really big that I did in Last Minute Movies. I finished my first ever video essay.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah,
what a success.
Yeah, it took a fucking year and a half to complete. Because I watched The Grave of the Fireflies for the first time a year and a half ago. And it had such a profound impact on me because I'm all stressed out about a war. I'm really happy I'm far from it. I'm here in the United States. But, it's close to my heart, to my culture. And I needed to find, I was looking for a piece of media that could kind of tap into those feelings. And I was really tired of watching movies that I'm familiar with, like, Saving Private Ryan, Boys in Striped Pajamas, Schindler's List, Pianist, all of those. Like, we know them, we love them, but it's a little different, the tonality of what's happening right now in the world is slightly different just because it's different history, right? And when I watched Grave of the Fireflies, it just like fucking tapped into all of those emotions on the most fundamental level. And I was like, this speaks to me. And I want that to be something that we put out on a channel. I want to be sincere about it, and I want to communicate that to the audience. And that just kind of showed my view on the war, and I was able to express that without having to talk about Ukraine directly. And that felt really good, and I think I want to do more of these sincere little video essays. They take so long to make because to write like the script and then to record it and then to edit the whole thing, it's so long, and editing is so hard because the subject matter is so heavy. Like, I remember it took me like normally Last Minute Movies are really easy for me to edit because like I can do it with my eyes closed because it's really simple compared to the shit we normally have to deal with like RELXs and stuff. But like that video I had to edit in like 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to complete it because I would step away and go back in and step away because it would get too dark, know. It just can't be thinking about it day and night. But I'm really happy it's out because, like I said, it's very sincere. And I want to do more of that. In fact, next year, like John is going to write a whole bunch of more of his little reviews. So we can have more of that next year. And yeah, like that is probably the coolest thing I think personally I did this year in particular. But I have to also acknowledge in Last Minute Movies the performance of film. The fact that my favorite childhood cartoon is the one that you guys ended up watching the most by far is crazy.
Well, and it's also a substantive discussion. We're all in the industry, so there's that kind of angle to it that we take, and I think that there's something special about the self-referential nature of filmmakers talking about a film, discussing film.
Yeah, it is so thematic for us. You know? Because we love talking about film production here when we can, or just like we talk about like two things mainly: how something is made and why it is meaningful. Like why do movies work? Why do we love the movies we love? What else did we do on Last Minute Movies this year? Honestly, like The Adventures of Lolo was out of nowhere. And I'm so happy we recorded it because it's a big trilogy. And it's like we had to spend a whole shooting day just to get those 3 videos out. Normally we get a lot more out. Like yesterday we recorded 13 episodes of Captain America. Yeah, stay tuned for those because this video is going to come out way before those even begin to come out, so that's going to be great. I'm really happy that we're not just, like, this could have easily, like, transformed into a channel where we just watch Soviet cartoons, which, like, there is a lot of Soviet cartoon content out there on the channel. However, I am really, really grateful and happy that people are watching everything that we put out. Like, our Common Side Effects review has really decent watch hours. People are actually watching it from the beginning to the end. They're interested in what we have to say, like the Grave of the Fireflies video I mentioned, it's like over 500 views now. There's some really decent traffic on it, and like I see it every day, and I'm just like grateful, even right now the channel is getting like more watch time every day than there are hours in a day. So as we're recording right now, even now someone is watching us, which is a fucking privilege. We never fully recognized that yet, you know? People are watching and we're grateful and it's beautiful. And I'm just like, want to remind you to like and subscribe because only 3% of people watching are actually subscribed, which is not good. We mentioned this earlier, you know, but the more of you are watching and the more of you are subscribing, the sooner we can make even more of this content. But yeah, so that was Last Minute Movies for 2025. We just had tremendous growth spurt this year. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for, like, thank you for being here. You know, thank you for watching us yap forever.
Great. Now, before we end your session, tell me 3 things that you're looking forward to Last Minute Movies 2026 calendar.
I'm excited for the Adventures of Rongel to come out. I think we, like, really nailed a lot of it. A lot of chemistry was really cool there. I'm really excited for, like, the pivot we're going to do where we're going to watch and talk about other movies that aren't Soviet cartoons more because we have a lot of those planned, including the essays that John is going to write that we're going to produce. So that's going to be really fun. I'm really excited for just, like, the batches of content we have planned for 2026. I wish there was more, but it's, like, again, we keep saying we work.
Yeah.
This isn't our full-time thing, so we do what we can, but, you know, we always want to do more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I think I said 2 things. Oh my god, anyway, bye. Happy New Year.